Something has shifted, and I'm pretty sure that you have noticed it as well. Everyone is suddenly getting so thin, and the culture around bodies is undeniably changing. And I don't think enough people are talking about it. For the past couple of years, we all watched extremely thin bodies to become the beauty standard. It feels like everyone and their mother is on Ozempic. And now, don't get me wrong, I know some people are just naturally skinny, but most people are going out of their way to achieve that kind of skinniness that most bodies simply cannot achieve without genuinely hurting themselves. And somehow that gets normalized. Body shaming and fat shaming is all over our For You pages, and it's getting out of hand. In this video, I want to talk about why I think this year is the peak and the end of this era. Let's talk about what's coming to replace the skinny epidemic and what that means for you, your relationship with your body, and the way you see your own body. Hi, my name is Naomi and welcome or welcome back to my channel. Make sure to stay until the end of this video because I truly believe that you are going to realize that this body you already have has been ahead of the curve all along. Let's break down how we even got here in the first place. There is also a historical cycle at play here. Once you see it, you truly cannot unsee it. If you're as old as I am or older, then you remember it very well. This has all happened before and we are walking straight back into it once again. Let's start at the beginning where we are right now. Let's go back to around 2016-17 when K-pop got more popular in the Western media. K-pop was always massive in Asia already, however, with it becoming a global sensation in the Western media, something definitely changed. BTS had their first Billboard hit. Blackpink became everyone's favorite girl group. K-pop music videos were breaking historical records on YouTube, and with the rise of TikTok short-form content, it absolutely exploded into the Western mainstream. And with all this, it didn't just bring amazing music, but it also brought the aesthetics that the entire system has built. If you are into K-pop, you probably already know this. It's no secret the beauty standards in South Korea are extreme, and many teenagers receive procedures or plastic surgeries from their parents and friends as birthday presents. Trainees, girls, often as young as 12 or 13, are often put on insane calorie limit under 1,000 calories a day. Management companies often publicly post their idols' height and weight as well as their measurements. Fans often discuss the appearance of their idol and they discuss whether they have gained weight, lost weight, or if they had anything done. To me, this seems crazy because talking about someone else's body as if they were not human and didn't have any emotions is... But, well, moving on, many celebrities and especially K-pop idols talk in interviews about their extreme diet and the crazy measurements they go to look perfect on camera. There are many popular K-pop idol diets such as the IU diet or diets that were encouraging young girls to consume just one apple a day in promise of losing multiple kilograms per week. What many people don't realize when it comes to not only celebrities and K-pop idols but anyone who is in the public eye and it's their job is that they have hundreds of people taking care of them. They have their personal trainers, dietitians, stylists. Especially in K-pop there are creative visual directors who are in charge of the looks of the specific idol. The styling, the production, the choreography, everything seems flawless. The way they look, the way they present themselves and their bodies are also part of appearing to be flawless, trying to convey perfection. So when Western audiences found out and fell in love with K-pop, whether they realized it or not, they also started to acquire that perceived bodies as the beauty standard. And the algorithm picked up on it immediately. Social media and TikTok didn't create this beauty standard. They only industrialized it. With everyone having access to social media and phones having amazing cameras, there are more and more fan cams of not only K-pop idols but also Western celebrities being posted every single day. You can sometimes even find hundreds of different angles from the same event. And suddenly, the same body type that has been curated through a highly controlled entertainment machine was now being served to teenage girls through their phones. As in, this is what being beautiful looks like. And I know some of you watching this right now has exactly lived through this. You were scrolling on your phone and a very specific body type filled your For You page. And without even being it told, you start to feel like there was something wrong with you and your body. But here's the thing, and this is what I mean by this all has already happened before. If you're in your 20s right now or younger, you may not remember this. But the 2000s had their own very version of this current aesthetic. Think about what was beautiful back then. The images from that era all circle around the same idea. Extreme thinness, visible hip bones, the size zero conversation that was literally everywhere. Magazine covers celebrated women who were, by medical standards, dangerously underweight. Healthy bodies such as Britney Spears, who was on a very normal, healthy weight, almost near being underweight, was getting body shamed and fat shamed in magazines. It was the era of
Kate replied, "There's nothing tastes as good as skinny feels."
Tabloids would talk about any woman's body who gained even a single pound. And then, with the rise of internet, it slowly shifted. In the early 2010s, curves slightly became a trend. Different body types finally started getting pushed and celebrated as well. And around the year of 2016, healthier, stronger bodies were being celebrated. This felt like a progress, and in some ways, it was. Do you remember the era of Victoria's Secret angels, when Victoria's Secret was getting cancelled because they didn't include any plus size models? Victoria's Secret shows were so popular, and then they just stopped. Body positivity was on the rise and less people were ashamed of their bodies. BBL procedure became super popular because of the Kardashians. Everyone was getting lip fillers, boob jobs, and all this seemed like a complete opposite from the early 2000s. But now it all changed again, and the perceived beauty standard snapped right back into the 2000s skinny era. This is a cycle, and I'm not talking about it for you to be sad about it. It's because if you understand the cycle, it breaks the power and the hold it has over you. When you know this has happened before and it has shifted so many times, you become aware that the standard is just a trick that keeps you spending your hard-worked precious money on things that promise you to become desirable, that promise you to be happier, that promise you to love yourself more. When you think about it, we don't purchase things because we really want that thing. We are hoping that it's going to help us become a certain person. So now you may ask, where do we stand right now? Is Ozempic still going to be the thing? I don't think the shift is coming. I know it's already here. I've been watching the signs of it pile up over the past couple of weeks, and I want to walk you through what I'm seeing. The first thing we have to talk about is Zara Larsson. If you don't live under a rock, I'm pretty sure that you are aware of her Midnight Sun era, how she managed to turn a meme the internet has put on her into her rising era. She's been on tour for the past few months, and the hot topic everyone talks about when they see a video from her concert is her body. Everyone is asking for her workout routine, but let's not forget about her amazing vocals. She's been nailing it for so many years, but everyone wants to know, what does she do? How does she look so good? The gym girl aesthetic is genuinely going mainstream once again. I have seen so many Pilates girlies content creators turn into gym content much more lately. Women doing heavy weightlifting is becoming a thing once again. It's always been a thing, but we are talking about trends right now, okay? Don't get me wrong. There's also one thing about Ozempic that I'm pretty sure you have noticed if you spent quite some time on social media. When Ozempic and weight loss drugs became mainstream, something interesting happened. Everyone assumed it would make thinness and healthier bodies more accessible, and at first, maybe it did. But a completely different conversation started on top of that. People started noticing the so-called Ozempic face, Ozempic legs, Ozempic body. People who lost weight on Ozempic looked a certain way. Their bodies didn't look so strong. The weight loss came with also muscle loss. Their bodies looked less toned and less vital. And this is when people started to realize you cannot buy muscle. You can buy a new face, filler, Botox, rhinoplasty. The tools to completely change your face and reshape your facial structures are much more accessible and normalized now than they ever were before. You can get Ozempic and get smaller. You can buy new clothes, lightening, a certain aesthetic, but you cannot buy a body that actually comes from using it. You cannot buy big defined glutes that come from 6 months of consistent working out and eating healthy. body. You cannot inject something to suddenly get stronger back and good posture. You cannot outsource a glow that comes from genuinely being healthy, happy, and strong. And I think people deep down always knew that, but more people are starting to realize this. A strong body is now one of the last things that is unforged, that you have to genuinely earn. And in a world where everything can be purchased, filtered, or chemically altered, that means something. And I want to be careful here because I don't want to just give you the impression that it's good to switch one impossible body standard for a new one. That is a real risk in this conversation, and I think many people will understand this video in that way, because if we say that strong is the new skinny, it just means that we have replaced one unattainable aesthetic with another. That would mean nothing has changed, and I don't think that's actually happening, or at least I hope that's what's not happening. I think something more fundamental is shifting than just the aesthetics. I truly believe that this is actually the generation of women and girls who will get tired of chasing beauty standards that require you to shrink. And what I'm hoping that it's coming to replace it is an aesthetic built around capability, around what the body can do, around presence rather than absence. I've seen many people talk about being worried about aging because they don't want to get wrinkles on their face and they don't want to look old and fragile. But I think what many people don't realize is that the way your body is going to look in, let's say, 20, 30, 40, 50 years is a reflection of how you have lived your life. I really dislike the current trend of people freezing their faces with Botox and fillers in order to not get wrinkles once they are older. I would much rather smile and laugh a lot now, or cry my heart out if I feel like it, and show genuine expressions on my face, even for the cost of having wrinkles once I'm 60 years old. I truly believe that if you take good care of yourself, surround yourself with people who genuinely love and care about you, and live your life true to yourself, you will have no regrets once you're older. I really hope that the current trend of people trying to get their body stronger and healthier looking is mainly about the relationship with your body. One where your body is something you build and care for to inhabit fully, rather than something you try to control, minimize, and make disappear. There is something that starts to happen when you take care of your body and work out consistently. You start to see what your body is capable of. When you add 5 more kilograms to your lift or run a few more miles than you used to, you notice that your posture has changed a lot and your energy has also changed, and you are taking up space differently. You are more present, and this feeling is something you cannot buy, and I think that's exactly what this culture is starting to understand. I truly believe the shift is happening. Like I said right at the beginning, your body that you have had all along has been ahead of the curve always. Our bodies were never built for a trend. We are not designed to match some unattainable image someone else has put out for us. Your body was designed to move, to carry you throughout your days. Even on your worst days, your body has been with you through everything. So give yourself all that love, all that energy. Your body truly deserves it. Thank you so much for staying until the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I would love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section down below. I hope to see you in the next video next week as well. Until then, have an amazing time, sending you so much love. Bye!